Guys, I'm at work here, which is why I'm trying to make these videos really quick. There's an old topic of conversation amongst role players, right? Is like stuff like your PC fails a morale check, and whether or not the GM is dictating how you handle this, or you do, and there's that old discussion. I think all the arguments are valid for the most part on both sides, whether or not the GM controls or you do. So this is somewhat related. I just had this idea come to me one day when I was driving around. So let's say in your setting, the GM setting, top-down creation. So he or she's got the whole thing worked out, right? The whole cosmology and everything. There are God or gods, right? Whether it's one to many, doesn't matter, but it is there. So that's criteria number one for this question. Criteria two, or assumption, I guess is really what it is. Assumption number two, that there is some sort of life judgment, right? Assumption number two. And assumption number three is that the people in this setting know this, that there isn't a question as to whether or not the god or gods exist, right? That this is known. Those are the three assumptions. All right, you're not the GM, you're the player. Okay, now let's say that you are having an encounter with a supernatural being. A spiritual supernatural being, right? So someone someone or something in the ranks. Like, okay, so I'm going to just use the term angel just to put you in the right kind of perspective of what I'm trying to talk about. It doesn't have to be an angel. I'm not trying to use an actual real life religion here to talk about. Some supernatural spiritual being that is in the know. And the supernatural being indicates to your character that or at least at this point in time, your character's afterlife destination is not what you would want it to be, right? It's going bad rather than good. And one of the other kind of thoughts I had in my head, not other, but kind of, is that you've been playing a hero. Let's say you've been playing a hero, right? So you've not been playing a bad guy. You've been playing a hero. And there might be some questions about this depending exactly how the GM has built their setting, right? Like maybe the PCs lack. Sorry, what was I saying? So maybe it's clear. Maybe you know that you haven't done this act or that act. I'm really kind of thinking more like this is a surprise. This would be a surprise to both you the PC, and you, the player. How do you feel about that from the player perspective? How do you, is this one of those? Is this similar to the whole GM's controlling your reaction, that this is out of bounds? Would you find this to be an affront in some way? I'm just trying to think of how people would react to this. I don't have this going on in the game right now, nor do I have any plans to do so. It was just an idea I had that come to my head. So I'm looking forward to seeing your VRs or your comments down below. Let me know what you think of this idea, or if you have any questions or clarifications on the topic. All right, see you guys later.